Hey everybody, and welcome to another day on Pulsechain. And of course, we're gonna have a good time with all the updates today. So hope you guys enjoy it as we kind of got a moving sideways kind of cooling period after the big massive ramp up in Pulsechain prices and of course Bitcoin. So not too bad though, holding up nicely. Bitcoin's still looking good. So we're going to get into all that as well. We're going to be wrapping up day 167 results on Pulsechain, and we've got a number of projects to talk about as well. We're going to talk about Mega Roadmap. Obviously, we added that token the other day, and we've got also TitanX. That's not going to be on Pulsechain, at least what I can see in the conceived future, but at least Ethereum. And of course, we've got 9-inch soon as well. So 9-inch could be imminent, like in the next hour or two. I mean, it really feels like it could be getting close to some of the updates there. So you were going to talk about that, and maybe it will launch during the live stream. Who knows? But it seems like it's very close. So yeah, we'll get into all that. Just let me mute the button over here. Let me know if the audio is all good in the hood as well. And let's get into it. We're going to get Hex Token stats. We've got lots to talk about. You guys know how we rock and roll. So let's get into it. All right, J-Pon in the house there. Good morning, J-Pon. Welcome. Hex enthusiast as well. Morning to you. Who else there? Sandy Beach has jumped in there. Good to see you, Sandy Beach. And definitely check out Sandy Beach's health and fitness update on X social platform. We've got Joey Torres as well. Hi all. Good to see you, Joey. And a big shout out from Sandy Beach there. Hello, Hex Token and everybody. Big shout out to you. And who else has jumped in here? Brennan as well. Morning, folks. Great time to dollar cost average. Yeah, it seems that way. Certainly holding up. And anticipation, I think, that Bitcoin's going to move higher. So that is where we're sitting at the moment. So it's kind of cool. Paul O'Shea has just jumped in there too. Hello all. Good to see you, Paul. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And Joe O'Brien as well. Glad to be back, man. Hey, great to see you back, Joey. Joe. And of course, yeah, it's lots happened. Lots happened while you've been away. No, it's really, really cool. So good to see you back, Joe. All right, cool. We're going to probably get into it straight away. We're going to start with the stock market, crypto market, Pulsechain markets, and then, of course, projects, Pulsechain projects, and, of course, an exception today. We're going to talk about TitanX briefly, just in case some of you may be interested in that. And, of course, you also, if you like that sort of thing, it gives you some more diversification on each chain. It's always good to have cross-chain diversification in your portfolio and things like that. So we'll talk about that. And, of course, it's an influence in the space that is setting that up. What else there? Bloodfish King jumped in there. Good to see Bloodfish King. Welcome. In fact, we've got a few more people jumping in, so we'll say hi to everybody. Excavator, hey gang, good to see Excavator. And Valiant Lucky, greetings all. Greetings to you, Valiant. Welcome to chat. You get it if you're watching live, get into the chat there, say hello and stuff like that, and let us know what country you're from around the world. Just post it in. Don't have to put your city or anything. Country is perfectly fine. Let us know. Get in the chat there and put your country just to see how diverse the community is. Pretty crazy globally. So kind of cool. All right. Should we move right? There we go. Bam. There we go. And let's get into the stock market. Boom. And of course, the Dow Jones, second day down, is it? This is Thursday's results, of course. Dow closes lower as tech rec continues amid meta slump. So a little bit of pullback in the stock market last couple of days. And, of course, led by some of the techs and things like that. But there is some good news today, so we're going to talk about that. So the Dow Jones is down 0.75%, 251 points to 32,784. S&P is down 1.2% at 50 points to 4,137. And as I remind you every day, Fundstrat fund manager Tom Lee is talking about that going up to 4,800 by the end of the year. So we'll be watching to see where that occurs. Even though you have some down days, you're going to have up days. We'll see how we get on there. The Nasdaq there as well, down 1.76%, down 225 points to 12,595. Now, interesting enough, that was down was over 13,000. So that's dropped quite a bit there, 400 points at least. The volatility index has gone up, so 2.43%. So basically risk off, right, on the stock market, increased volatility. The US dollar has gained strength there, 106.44, just up slightly there as well. That moves us to the commodities. What do we got in commodities? West Texas and Brent oil just down slightly, $83.47 and $88 respectively. If we look over the last 6 months, let's look at the last 6 months. We actually had a rise in oil prices there for Brent oil, got up to about $95, got down, coming down recently, back down 84, and is currently still pretty high actually at $88. So that's a per barrel. So you might feel that, particularly in the last couple of months at the pump. So let me know in the chat if that's the case for you. I know that it's certainly gone up and up under the Biden administration. And so hashtag wrecked. We got gold there is looking pretty strong, $1,995. Hasn't really broken out though, right? Hasn't really broken out. People talking about $3,000. Not really done anything there yet, but certainly stronger. Was down at $1,850 just a week or so ago, 2 weeks maybe, and that's definitely climbed back up there. See how that got down there on the gold? It was down at like $1,840, and it's had a big rise there over the last wee while. So we go to the monthly. It's a bit more obvious. See, almost a month ago, 3 weeks ago, we were down here at $1,830, and we're way up at almost 2,000. So looking really good there. Looking at 6 months, not bad. The all-time high was it back here to 2060, was it $2,060? Let's have a look at the last 5 years. Last 5 years, yeah. So we had the high there at up where we said. So we've had two little tops there actually in the last 5 years. Silver at the moment is up a little bit to $22.93. And as we say, when interest rates pivot in the future, maybe middle of next year, maybe that sort of second half of next year, silver could super rally. And so we're going to talk about that. All right, let's get into the bit of the news that we're going to cover, the Treasury yields. So the Treasury yields slipped as signs of easing inflation offset strong Q3 economic growth. So Treasury yields fell as signs that inflation eased more than expected in the third quarter, and that's good news, overshadowed by stronger than expected preliminary data showing the U.S. economy grew at its fastest quarter pace since 2021. U.S. Treasury yields fell after the data because markets placed greater emphasis upon a small miss by core PCE inflation and ignored a beat by Q3 GDP alongside impressive details. The slew of data came ahead of the core consumer price index, and of course they're forecasting 3.7%. The previous was 3.9% for the year-on-year core data for inflation. This is due Friday, so it's due Friday. So it'll be tomorrow US time, and of course Saturday down under. So that's what we're expecting there. Going to be very important data coming out for that. That is expected to show inflation in the 12 months through September slowed to 3.7% from 3.9%. So that's kind of good news in terms of the Fed interest rates. We expect the Fed to recognize recent strength in economic activity, but with tightening financial conditions to soften guidance about the need for additional tightening. So that's good news for us in the markets, stock market, crypto, good news. So Chair Powell's recent speech set the tone, forecasting the Fed to remain on an extended hold on rates through 2024. I'm only expecting that through to mid next year, and presumably if they get enough pain by then and the inflation comes down, we may get a pivot by mid-year. That's kind of my expectation at the moment. So maybe June, something like that. We'll keep a lookout on that. So that is the results there. Let's have a look. We're pretty close to the Fed meeting coming up, and of course we're expecting a no change. 5 days and 18 hours to go for that. November the 1st, 2 p.m. Eastern time. You can see that 99.9% of the market is expecting a no change at 5.5% on the federal funds rate. And of course, looking into December, we only have, actually, it looks like it's dropped a bit. It looks like we only got 20% of people expecting a rate hike there, 25 basis points. 80% of the market expects a no change again. So the rest of this year looks like a no change. And of course, if that does occur, that's bullish for the markets, and bring on the Christmas rally, bring on the Bitcoin ETFs, bring on Pulsechain, all the 180 plus projects on Pulsechain. Let's roll them out. Let's get the badass, get the stable coins out. Let's get firing up and get the economic energy going. It'll be pretty exciting. So that is the good news. So as you can see, Treasury yields pulling back, inflation looking better. No interest rate rises. Good news. All right, good news. All right, let's get into crypto. BTC there at 34,200, down 0.9% at the moment, but holding pretty well. I mean, it's floated up yesterday. It was getting up like 34,700. Just come back. It got down to about 34,000, and then it's back up here at 200. So a nice consolidation zone there for Bitcoin, and kind of looking strong, looking really good. Ethereum there, $1,805, down 1.1%. BNB, up 1.1% there, and BNB is up 1/3% at $223. Those are our majors, I guess. AVAX seems to be the standout here, over 5% performance, so up 6% at $11.15 on AVAX there. Not too bad at all. Now, the only other real crypto news out there, obviously we're waiting for the Bitcoin ETFs. Hopefully we'll get, if we got those approved this year, just like we did with the Ethereum ETFs, that could be pretty exciting. Remember, there's about 12 applications to go through, including BlackRock and Galaxy and others. Yeah, fingers crossed on that. The other thing, of course, more FTX stuff with Sam Bankman-Fried going on. It's not really important to us in crypto, but you know the mainstream media likes that stuff just because they've got nothing else to do except for propaganda. We get on with the real thing in crypto. So that's kind of looking good. Let's zoom in on Bitcoin a bit more. This is our Bitcoin window of opportunity, and certainly has played out gloriously. Best case scenario has played out in our window of opportunity, and we can all be thankful for that. And it seems like it's just going to get better. Yeah, what do we have? We had the Ethereum ETFs launched. We've got the Fed meeting expecting no change. We've got the new Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson. Very good choice indeed. And of course, then we've also got the budget expiring in the US on 16th, the stopgap measure. We have 45 days. And of course, hopefully Mike Johnson will get onto that and maybe deal with all that too. Very optimistic about that. Obviously, he's dealing with the horrid Democrats who are wrecking in the United States right now. But hopefully, with this leadership now, they can get in the right path forward. It'll be very exciting. So other than that, the window of opportunity is looking good indeed. So that's pretty much it. Moving further ahead, like I say, if we can get before the 15th of December, say, get the BTC Bitcoin ETFs, remember there's about 12 of those. That'd be very good. No change in interest rates again in December are looking very good indeed. And that would lead us into a nice little Christmas rally potentially, and looking good. That leads us into the new year, right? So the new year, January, moving forward into April. We get into the 17th of April there for the Bitcoin halving. So this is super bullish. This will probably be magnificently bullish. Whole ton of financial funds coming through if these get approved, and they'll come in very fast indeed, and the sales teams will be up. And yeah, we got our Bitcoin ETFs now. Come in, flood your money. You can bring your money in now, and we'll buy your Bitcoin and up and away. So pretty cool. So I've got that December the 15th, but it could be before. We will see. So kind of cool on that. And then of course the Bitcoin halving is also going to be bullish for crypto as well. So yeah, we talked about those numbers yesterday. Potentially, 150K was quite common amongst a lot of the analysts, maybe even higher. Some people have it much higher, of course, 180, 250, but 150 seems to be a pretty common number there for Bitcoin. So pretty bullish on that side. Far more or less, if we get these strong BTFs, I think that we're definitely, the chances of going over 100K are very high indeed. And the scenarios of being lower than 100K, 69 to 89 to 90K, I think those are far less likely. This is the biggest thing in town that we could possibly have in crypto besides governments, pulling up a lot more debt on it. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Now, the one thing we haven't got on the map, of course, is the Richard Hart SEC case, or pre-case as it is, in November. So that's sitting in here too, and a question mark over that. So we'll wait and see. And of course, we've had lots of victories in the court against the SEC. We'll see with the XRP and others. So we'll see how that goes, Coinbase. All right. That is pretty much it for Bitcoin. So pretty good summary. Let's move on into Pulsechain, Pulse Gains. And of course, let's see what's up. We've got a few other people in the chat. Let's say hello to a few other people first before we get into Pulsechain. Bam. And let's see who has arrived. Never fear, all the Hexicans are here. All the Pulsicans are near. And all the Pulsexicans are in the kitchen eating all your food. Something like that. All right, jokes aside, let's move on. Wookie says, Cool kids are over here. That's cool. You're over on Superman Crypto, aren't you? And Toby Wan's in the house. Hey, good to see Toby Wan. Now, if you haven't followed Toby Wan, he does lots of great commentaries around Hex and Pulsechain, and does lots of cool Hex TA. So if you like Hex technical analysis, he does some great stuff around that. So definitely check out Toby Wan there. All right. What else are we doing? We're going down to do Valiant. USC, North Carolina. USC, North Carolina. Yeah, everybody. So we've got lots of Americans in the chat today. We've got Adam as well, been onboarding more friends to Pulsechain and sending them to this channel for Alpha. Nice one, Adam. That's really cool. A big shout out for sending them to this channel. But also, it's great to see the community onboarding people to Pulsechain. It really is. I mean, it's going to be the biggest chain, man. We're going to look at a video in that in a second. In fact, we're going to play it now because I was supposed to play it during the crypto update. And we're going to play that right now. Actually, I've lost some videos. What's happened to my videos here? So we're going to play that right now, actually. My studio has bounced out some of those videos. So let's play that first before I get in some of these, because that was the title of the video. So let's see. Here we are. No, it's not that one. This one here, is it? Yes, I think this one here. So this is hilarious. We've got a few lessons to be learned out of this video. This is two big influencers. I played a small snippet of this yesterday with Da Vinci 15. He's a big Bitcoin influencer. And of course, we've also got Carl the Moon, who's huge as well, like massive. We're talking about 1.3 million subs and stuff like that. I followed him when he was small. When he was a small channel, I used to follow him back in was it 2018, 2017, something like that. And but once I started following Richard, I stopped following these guys. But they're interesting. They do shill margin trading and all that sort of stuff, and they are very much Bitcoin maxis. So take that into account. But there's lessons to be learned in what they say. So we're going to watch the full clip. It's about 4 minutes. So let's get into it. Let me get into the right structure here. We're going to where are we going? We're going to go there. Bam. And we're going to add the video in. And this is pretty interesting. So that one there we go.
So yeah, we want to talk about the Hex pump, because if you look into it, this has been
first before we do that,
yes.
Right? Let's go to Bitcoin. Did we go over to the returns? Yes. Okay, so we're going. Let's go to the crypto bubbles first.
Yep.
Right, and you can see that all these cryptos are up, priced in dollars. Right, there's a lot of movement up. But if you were to switch the settings here to, whoops, go back to the I'll get back here and hit the settings, and we go to switch to what's it called, Bitcoin. It's a different picture altogether.
Yeah,
only Hex is outperforming Bitcoin. You're with your Pepe.
So I'm just interrupting the video quickly. So they had the first one by US dollars and then Bitcoin, and of course Hex was still winning on both of those. So I thought that was hilarious.
Bitcoin, yes, you're a little bit up, but for the month. But wow, a lot of red priced in Bitcoin. So overall, you should have been only in Bitcoin. Yes, if you were in all the other alts, you did see a rise in the dollar value, your dollar value of your portfolio, but not as much as Bitcoin. So that's the key thing.
Well, the key thing was that Hex was the bigger one to win, and he said all other altcoins. Well, there were at least a good half a dozen others that were doing pretty well there. So anyway.
So the biggest winner, of course, was Hex, and we want to know, well, what the heck?
What the heck? What the heck?
So you can see from the lows as it came down here in October, what was it, October the 15th, we see what the heck? Oh my God.
It's like a what, 3x?
3x, right? From that low, it's like, where did this come from? I mean, Hex does this every once. Every time I see Hex, it just all of a sudden just pumps out of nowhere. I mean, what the heck? Let's take a look at.
Obviously, with this e-Hex pump as well, we've also had stuff on Matty Allen's show about Alex the Whale, and there's lots of stuff out there you can find on Hex social platform about that. And of course, BankX on the other side of that move.
Overall, okay.
Let's not go that back.
Okay, let's see here. Well, it did have a low. It was down there before, right? I remember. Yes, even lower. Jesus. So And then all of a sudden it pumped to 50 cents. Jesus. And yes, and just has these pumps every once in a while. It's just insane how this is just a token that gets created by you staking it, and that's it.
It's a Richard Hart project, right? And he was having some SEC troubles. I mean, the SEC, to be honest, has been suing everyone left and right. I mean, now they want to sue BlackRock because they said that they manipulated the market. Whatever, the SEC suing people. Okay, what's new? But he's gone into some low trouble with them. Maybe that's why he dumped.
Yeah, maybe. But Carl, how much Hex do you got?
0.
So Carl Moon says he's got 0 Hex, and of course in 2022 he had 0 Hex. And he's obviously, he remembered the interview with Richard Hart that he had. So what he says next is really funny. So let's move on.
Here. Why do you not like Hex? Everybody, you know what? A lot of people I've met traveling all over the world have asked me about their Hex. They would have everything in Hex.
Wow.
What do you think about those people, Carl?
I honestly, look, I don't know so much about Hex, to be perfectly honest with you. Like I know Richard
So we're going to listen to Spart about he knows Richard Hart, and then we're going to talk about that.
Hart since 4 years. I know he's very smart and intelligent, but the project itself, I don't know much about it. I don't understand it, so I can't actually comment on it. I would say that's like a diplomatic way of saying that I actually don't know.
Well, he had an interview with Richard about Hex and Pulsechain and things like that, but he also has had plenty of time to research it, so you can take what you want out of that. But in any case, he doesn't says he doesn't hold Hex, and of course he misses out, right? So that's the thing that these guys apparently research his influences, and of course some of the biggest ones in crypto, and they don't do research on Richard Hart and the products. It just seems you can decide what you think of it, but it seems unlikely.
Yes, I know. I listened to his pitch on this project, and all it is basically a coin that you can stake. And so, I mean, there's so many better coins to do so. Like, I don't know, Casta, me tokens. Like, so
hello.
What the hell? Right?
Yeah.
So Da Vinci has his own token if you've been following him.
So why would you do that? Why would you buy Hex? I guess it's just he marketed it very well.
Well, why do you buy any token? That's what you could ask that basic question, right? Now, obviously, Hex is superior in many ways, and these guys didn't name any of the fundamentals, and so they're going to miss out, right? Markets have bull markets and bear markets, and they're going to miss out. And, of course, Pulsechain is here with huge amounts of financial energy. So lots of things you could talk about the fundamentals. They don't talk about any of those. In any case, but it was pretty funny seeing them cover Bitcoin because they're Bitcoin maxis, remember? And then, of course, the Hex was right in their face, whether they looked at the US dollars or in Bitcoin terms, it was outperforming Bitcoin. So that was hilarious. All right, let's move on from there. Let's get to some more comments. Oh, let's remove that too. Let's go bam, and let's see who else has jumped in here. Sandy says some pretty autumn pictures in my workout post. Oh, nice. I should have pulled that up. I didn't pull it up today, Sandy. Maybe we'll look at that later. We got Property View. Great reporting. Hey, thanks, Property View. Appreciate that. Harry Williams. Yo. Good to see Harry. Tin Top as well. What's up? Hexagons. Good to see you, Tin Top. Welcome to the chat. And Paul is here. Just tried going onto 9-inch decks, but only 9-inch logo shows what's going on. Well, the launch is imminent, so we're going to be covering that. I don't think it's come out quite yet. Let me just have a quick look. It's pretty close, though. That's my guess, based on some of the updates. Let me have a look here on those. It's getting pretty close, but doesn't seem to be here quite yet as well. It's indicating it's still on testnet, so that's where we are there. I stopped following these guys when I found Richard too. Lol, says Brennan. That's funny, yeah. Carl Moon used to do a lot of TA stuff. It was a lot better, and Da Vinci was a lot more pure fundamentalist. But they've all got into the big margin trading shilling where 95% of their followers get wrecked. That's unfortunate. I'm not against referrals. I just think that when your margin trading is highly risky, that's all, and most people get wrecked. You need a lot of technical expertise and also discipline for those trading that sort of stuff. What else we got there? Yeah, it's not launched yet. That's right. Brian's in house there, our community lead. Good to see you, Brian. What else do we got here? Some through that. Thomas says the whale sold out. Alex, the whale sold out. People really should get into Hex on Pulse. Well, the price is still holding up, but I get your point. What else do we got? Bully X. It's going to be so gratifying seeing all these Furies continuing to kneel before King Richard. Yes, indeed. Richard talked about 5 years, right? 5 years. And we're still well on the road for that second moon. Carl the Moon. 0 Hex equals Rex. Says Rich May. Yeah. He has 0 Hex, but he sacrificed for Pulsechain, says Brennan. That's right. Rich May says there are they are too lazy to study Hex. Well, fine, bigger payouts for us. Yeah. It was a very superficial coverage of Hex staking from DaVinci 15. Very superficial indeed. Just ask Sandy. I wanted to see what 9-inch is all about, and that's all good, Paul. We're going to be covering it anyway during the next section. Should we get into it? I think we should. Let's get into Pulsechain. The Pulsechain day 167 results. I think we can do that. Let's go, bam, and there we go. All right, so Pulse there, quadruple 0666. That's not a good number, but hey, we had 67% of sacrifice price, down 2.73%. PulseX there, quadruple 0192, down 2.38%. That is PulseX was sitting at about just under 20% of sacrifice price, which has been like that for like 4 days or whatever. We've got the pulse ratio to PulseX is 1 to 3.46. Obviously, the high end of that's been up at 4, so we're down at 3.46 there, pretty similar to yesterday. The buy and burn, though, continues to go on no matter what happens with the price in the market. We got the buy and burn at 514, almost 515 billion PulseX has been bought and burned. Remember, very important thing, this is a superior part of the tokenomics compared to, say, Ethereum Uniswap matchup or pancake swap, something like that. Really, really powerful, and that's going to play out over time, reducing that supply, right? That's really, really important there. And of course, we've got Power City Earn protocol coming. That's also going to collateralize PulseX and potentially remove a ton of supply as well. So at the moment, the 2.49% of PulseX is bought and burned, so almost at 2.5% at the moment. And of course, we're heading towards 6 months slowly. And so we'll probably we'll run rate, say 5% on the buy and burn at the moment. So we'll see how we go. That's imagine that in a couple of years. So it's going to be interesting. Incentive token there, $1.37, down 4%. The ratio is 20,633. I think that's pretty similar to yesterday. And we must be getting pretty close to 15 million incentive tokens in existence, with 111,000 incentive tokens burned through the TRH GameFi protocol. And there's some news coming out for that. So potentially news around a PX pool and also a 9-inch pool for, I think, in month 2 for 9-inch on for the TRH token. And it may or may not have taxes like it does on the normal on PulseX, for example. So we'll see how that evolves, but you can find out more details about that from Archie, our specialist on TRH in the Discord. So if you haven't joined our Discord, you want all the alpha on all the projects, because obviously this channel is documenting the Pulsechain launch and you get to hear about everything, then get into our Discord. Links in the video description. It really is the place to be. So that's kind of it at the moment. PHEX is at 1.53 cents. It's really nice to talk about Hex up at 1.53 cents now. It's a much easier thing to say than 009 or 008 or something. So it really, really is cool. 0153. So 1.53 cents. We're down 7% for the day. Obviously, there's a bit of consolidation going on at the moment after that big run up. And EHEX at the moment is at 1 cent. So combine that, we're at 2.56 cents on Hex, which is fantastic. You guys know I was talking about getting that 2 to 3 cent range. The looks are very, very good. And yeah, we're doing really well there. And of course, we had earlier. Let me go here. Where do we go? Let's go back into this commentary. I can't even see it now. Never mind. I'll come back to that another day. All right, so 1 PX will get you 231 pulse at the moment, and 1 PX will get you 1.5 EX at the moment. So it used to be up at 2.5. It's down at 1.5. That's a dramatic change. There's definitely an opportunity to flip that, and it's happened. All right, let's get into the charts quickly. Oh, did we just go into maintenance? Oh, 30 seconds, so we'll come back to that. Anyway, Pulse there is at quadruple 0663 too. So we're on the daily here on the Pulsechain chart. We've got a very wide Bollinger Band now. It's been right in the top of the Bollinger Band. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And like I said, at extreme price event, we might get like 7 or 8, and it's back down again. So definitely coming consolidation there. Let's have a look at the RSI. RSI is cooling off, still in overbought territory, above 70. We're sitting at 78. We're up at 85, so it's cooled off a bit there on the old RSI, and was holding pretty nicely. We did get up to this very important last resistance, as it were, before we get back to the SEC price, which was an open of 1,001, so the mean price. So that's a double. We'll hit 2 milestones if we hit 0,001. So back on the pre-SEC price, and also the mean sacrifice price for the retail book. So so far so good. So yeah, I guess we just got to try and get back up over 8,500, 8,600. We'll see how we get on. We need obviously another little push there from Bitcoin. PulseX, pretty much similar story. Right on the top of the Bollinger Bands, and the RSI there cooling off a little bit down from 85 down to 79. Pretty similar story. And yeah, pretty much that. I guess it'd be nice to get over 2,400 would be pretty cool. And of course, to get back to the mean price, back to the sacrifice price, sorry, there's a lot more work to be involved with PulseX. So the in protocol from Power City with collateralizing PulseX will probably be a key catalyst for this, as well as potentially PulseX single-side staking. And of course, 9inch is going to have some rewards for single-side staking on PulseX as well. So that would help get supply off the market and maybe help spur a bit of demand as well. So the opening was quadruple 03 1 on the pre-SEC price. So we've got a bit of work to do to get back up to there. And of course, we've got a lot of work to do to get back to the mean price, which is way up here. And so yeah, quite a bit of work to do to get to there, but that's why we got a lot of opportunity. If you're willing to be patient, it's sitting there 421%. So looking not too bad. And to get back to the mean price there, around about 65% to get back to the pre-SEC price. All right, that moves us on to incentive token. We got $1.36 at the moment. We did get down to $1.30, and let's switch over to the ratio. We've just passed a new day. We've got a brand new day. So we're back just at the end of the day here. We're just, dropped down. We've had an all-time low now, down to 20,421, and we're currently at 20,600. So we're just off the low, all-time low there for incentive token. The yields, of course, PulseX and incentive are part of the PulseX dual token system, and we can see the yields at the moment on the PulseX farm. PulseX Rep Pulse, 8.5%. Hex Rep Pulse is 11%, so they're ticking away. Good place to park your stuff there if you want to earn a little yield. The Bridgeton stablecoins from Ethereum, DAI, USDC, and USD Tether are looking pretty good. The yields are looking really nice, 65, 61, and 64%. Very cool. And wrapped ETH there at the moment is at 40% on there, or 39% there on the APR. The incentive token, the last mile there, is at 51% and 43% respectively for Pulse and PulseX. So not bad there on the farm. Day one, 67 as we say. So pretty cool. It's out of business there. We're going to go to the validators there. That is pretty much that's on that one. Let me jump away to that. I want to get rid of that. PHEX. Right on the bottom, top of the Bollinger Bands too. Real pullback there. We got back to 1.43 cents yesterday, and we're back up at 1.53 cents at the moment. The RSI definitely was overheated there, 88, so even stronger than Pulse and PulseX, which was around 85, and now we've cooled off a little bit to 77. Still in overbought territory at 70, but of course, feeling pretty good about where that Bitcoin's going to head over the next few months. Let us see where else we got going there. Top of that move was 1.85, and of course we're only about 6% away from the pre-SEC price, which was an open of 197, so just under 2 cents. Looking pretty good indeed on PLPHEX there. Let's see on EHEX there, we're at 1 cent exactly. So yeah, we might have a bit of selling in there, but we're still holding this price up. Obviously looking pretty good there too. In the RSI is still well overheated, right? Got well overheated on here, up at 93, is down to 85 there, so just cooling off. It is rolling over a little bit there, but of course, if Bitcoin continues to take another leg up, so in other words, go from 34 to maybe 37 and a half, then this is gonna, it could just keep going. All right, that is EHEX. The combined price of EHEX and PX on Investex.io is 2.55 cents. Yeah, boy, we're right in the middle of the zone that we're targeting. 2 to 3 would be nice. We've actually touched on 3 cents back here on the 25th. Look at that. That was 3 cents there. Nice. And it's a sign of things to come. So Da Vinci and Carl the Moon, you better pick up some Hex before it's too late. That's all we're going to say, because we're going to outperform your Bitcoin that you guys love so much. So hold my beer, as it were, or hold my Heineken. Not bad there as well. All right, cool. So that's good news there. We're going to look at the validators. Validators are heading up to all new records. So Pulsechain really is the people's chain. We've got 48,714 validators at the moment. Fantastic, right? Heading towards 50,000. And probably more importantly for you guys is that 1.56 trillion is now staked with the validators, which is impressive. And of course, we've got liquid loans coming up. It's going to collateralize Pulse and get even more Pulse off the market. So hold on to your hat. Richard Hart's game theory is playing out. And how much is that? 1.56? 10.404%. So almost 10.5% of Pulse is now staked with the validators. Of course, this doesn't include EIP 159 burning. Doesn't include the Genesis stakers. Validators. There's 4,096 of those that burned their 132 billion Pulse. So really is looking bullish there as well. So nice work there. And also we've got Validator Store there. And of course, David Feder doing a fantastic job with that. Dominating the list there with his syndicate, let's call them, his customers syndicate there. So doing really amazing there, David Feder. All right, let's go into the final bit about the gas prices. Gas prices have jumped up there. We're at over 1 million beats. That's typically been around about 600,000, 700,000, but 1 million beats there. And of course, the price of doing a Pulsex swap, 2 cents, 1/10 of a penny for a Pulse coin transfer, and 5/10 of a penny for PSC twin transfer. So the chain's getting a bit more expensive. And of course, that's part of what Richard talked about, right? The chain getting more expensive, more projects coming. We've got over 180 projects. What other blockchain out there is layer 1 chains doing this sort of stuff, man? There's nothing. And that's why these guys don't do their research. They don't do their research. They need to get themselves out of just Bitcoin maxis and a few of those top 10, 20 tokens. Really is important there. 361x times cheaper than Ethereum. And Ethereum, of course, the GUI is starting to rise on Ethereum. Finally, it was 2 weeks delayed compared to last year, but it started to move. And Bitcoin were 358 times cheaper than Bitcoin. And what's cool about being super cheap and then pricing up is that you got all these things, all these projects that are coming. We've got huge developer guilds, lots of projects, all that good stuff. But we've got a huge community and a huge amount of influencers. We've got the holy grail in crypto. We've got it all, and we're leading DeFi now. We're leading DeFi, and this is all part of Richard Hart's vision, and the community has gone with it. So it's looking really exciting. So the cool thing about this too is that we can get the 8th wonder of the world, compound interest protocols. And when you got the cheap transactions, you can do that to your heart's galore. You can enter in and out of protocols without having to pay $50 to do it, right? At every time, $50 to approve, and crap like that, just when Ethereum gets expensive. So really, really cool. All right, so that's results for day 167. We're going to move away though and get into the Pulsechain projects. I think we're going to get into. We're going to come back around at the end and have a look at the other markets like I normally do. But we're going to get into I don't know what I was doing in this one here, but we're going to get into some of the updates here. All right, let's move out of those and let's move out of that. I'm in the wrong place here, but we'll reset. Top PRC 20s, and let's look at that. So here, we won't do the charts very quickly. I don't think we've got the 9-inch out yet, so we'll do that. Right, we've got this is PRC 20s. We've got PDI there. Obviously, PDI was very popular. Still is. It's still holding the line here with the price. So we're at 0.00744, but it's not yet broken out, trying to get back to all-time high or get back up to 1 cent. So a bit of work there to do. Obviously, there's a lot of other projects out, a lot of other things that people are looking at. And of course, the RH token's rising too. But here is the target there. Is it going to do it? Certainly, I've been pretty encouraged by this level here at 0.00774, but we will see. Nothing certainty about that. It's speculative. Wrap Bitcoin is at $107 at the moment on the top PRC 20s. So that's kind of chilling there too. Actually looking pretty good actually at 107. And let's look at the RSI. Yeah, pretty chill on the RSI. So not too bad. We'll keep watching that. Atropa, of course, the magic contracts everyone talks about. We have a look there. That's pretty much chill as well down here, and chill on the RSI. That's my new word, is chill. You guys heard it here first. All right, so we got Teddy Bear as well, pretty speculative, down 6%. Treasury build, pretty even there. So not a lot happening there. Maker has been doing pretty well recently. That's chill as well. Yeah, see that had a nice little rise up there, and that's just cooling off, as we say. All right, now the two ones that we're thinking about. So 9-inch could be launching imminently, like in the next hour or whatever. Today, it's getting pretty close from the looks of it. SHIB there is down 5%, and Pepe there is up 10%. So these two big meme brands could do well, and possibly maybe not immediately get supported on the rollout, but maybe day 5, day 6, something like that on the 9-inch rollout. So we'll see whether the community supports this. It's also going to be about who holds the BBC tokens and things like that. So obviously there's some big sacrifices there, like the Randy 9-inch Godwell syndicate there. We'll call them a syndicate. They got their own stuff coming out there. It's not the Hope, it's the Nope contract, isn't it, coming out maybe 5-6 weeks later. So they're going to have a lot of incentive power there too. But at the moment, Pepe is not too bad. This is probably the better one out of the two in terms of pickup. Now, this is more speculative than the 9-inch meme coins, but that's definitely looking okay. Actually, I just looked at the one, didn't I? It's the SHIB one I want to look at. SHIB here at the moment is had a big run up and has pulled back there. So that is the SHIB one. They're still on the lower boundary, but lower boundary below 60's 2000. That's kind of anything underneath that, but definitely has come off the bottom there. So we're looking out for that moment at 60's 1487. So that's kind of the link there. I think that's all we're going to talk about on those ones there. Let's go to the meme coins for the 9-inch decks, which could potentially could be launching pretty soon. So at the moment, where are these meme coins at? So we're looking by liquidity. We're sorting by liquidity. Where the ETH go $1.26 at the moment. This is the first of the 3 meme coins. Remember, it's going to be in order like BBC token at the top, 9-inch token next, and then of course the 3 meme coins, and then all other projects sort of after that is kind of the reward ranking now. And what do we got here? We've got a massive looking where the ETH go. It's currently at $1.26, and this could hyper pump, right? This has already gone up to all-time highs, pretty much $1.50 or so, and this could really hyper pump. So watch out for this. Could really do something spectacular. The market cap is pretty low, 1.2 million on this. I think there's only 1 million tokens. Liquidity is 160, but yeah, watch out for this. This could really hyper pump, especially if the launches today. Watch the space on that. Not financial advice, of course. We got the other one, of course, is Paul Pleb. So we're going to look at Paul Pleb. That's number 2 out of the 3 meme coins that associated to the 9-inch decks, and will get early support with single-side staking and stuff like that. This is the chart here on the daily on Paul Pleb. So we're back up at the quadruple 1000. Really strong sign leading into this rise. We're in a little bit overbought territory, but you can probably ignore that given the launch could be imminent. And of course, the all-time high here, back up here on the 30th of June, was 4017.39. So easily could hyper pump out there. And what I mean by hyper pump, a couple of X's, right? Definitely possible for that. And of course, but the RSI is overbought. But hey, look, with the launch, you could probably say, who cares? It's going to go there. Not financial advice, of course. Number 3 is a Pulse Dodge PLD. And look at this thing. So not quite overbought on the daily, but look at this chart here. Wow. We've even got a Fibonacci on there, and it is at 7,300. We've got the all-time high. Where's it? Back here, is it? Or way back here. So all-time high way back on the 29th of June, pretty similar time. Got up to 1.859 cents, so almost 2 cents. And this thing could hyper pump into that gloriousness. So watch the space on that. Now, this is probably my favorite one out of this. I know where the ETH go's got the lowest market cap, but this has got the lowest users. Now, this is a trade-off, and as time moves forward, there'll be a trade-off with that, because the more users you have and the bigger users you have that control the incentive tokens, like BBC and things like that, 9-inch token in particular. If you control 9-inch, the more power you'll have in terms of pushing up yield on 9-inch. So there's going to be, a trade-off there in the longer, like sort of after the first week or so. So just take that into account. What else are we going to say about that? Yeah, and there's the least holders on PLD. Now remember, this is launching on both Pulsechain and Ethereum. So there's also these tokens on Ethereum as well, which I didn't cover. And on Pulse Dodge on Ethereum, there's about half of the amount of users. Not many users on Pulsechain, but there's about half of that amount on Ethereum. So I think there's like close to 700 or something, 760 on Pulsechain, and around like 300 on Ethereum. So it's kind of interesting that as well in terms of these tokens. So watch out for this. These could all hyper pump. Not financial advice, of course, but they're getting early support. So kind of cool on that. Looking at some of the other ones there, we've got Access Alive is down 3%. Mega, which we're going to talk about as well, is down 12%. So we're going to talk about that now. Mega there. So Mega is pretty much a meme coin, what I initially thought. So it's in the meme coin section. But they've actually had some news come out. So exciting news. We're thrilled to announce the roadmap for Mega on Pulsechain. And of course, they're building out a whole sort of theme and a strategy for it. So join us on this epic journey as we outline our plans for the future. Stay tuned for innovation, milestones, and more. Now, obviously, when I'm covering all these projects, I'm not endorsing any particular one, but we're obviously on this channel we are documenting the rollout of Pulsechain. So we're trying to cover as many of the reasonable to good projects as we can. This is the roadmap, of course. Phase 1 and Phase 2 has been done. Phase 3 is coming ahead here. And it looks like they've, even on Phase 2, they've got mega millions there. Looks like that's still coming up there. Phase 3, release of the future bots, begin the app development in Phase 3. They got Q4 5 here. I don't know why they're 5, Q4.5 on 2023. So I guess that's at the back end of this year. And then Phase 4, Megabot, Bitcoin conference, initial pass TGE, Q1 24. Phase 5, cross-chain, moon landing, 1000x for all believers. So that's not really a roadmap, but it's aspiration. But that's kind of cool. That is a Mega, and there we are. So you can go and check that out. I'll give it a retweet. And if you want to get more details, you can. Once again, speculative like anything else. But at least they've got some theme and build out happening there with an app. So we'll see where that goes to. All right. That is the link there to Mega. All right, bam, and the chart there. What's it doing? Had a big rise up there, got all the way up to 8 zeros, 2,400. Is now down at 9 zeros, 8,500 there on that one. So you can find out more on the link there if you want to give them a follow. All right, that is that one. Let's go back out here. That's pretty much on that I wanted to cover. Anything else that's done particularly well? No, not really. Reflex token's done pretty well. 100,000 in liquidity, and of course that is up 37%. So that's doing pretty well there on that, and that's a tax reflex token tax one, I think. So not too bad. That leads us into Pulsechain projects, which is our biggest category and the one that's of most importance to me. And of course, we've got most of the leaders are down here with the big liquidity. Who's doing the best out of here? No one's really flying out there. Yeah, no one's really outperforming on the list. But hey, look, they're ticking away. They're ticking away a lot of utility in there, those projects. Which leads us to Zen quickly. We're going to talk about Zen. So Zen is, we're going to talk about PZen because that's launched. So where's PZen here? PZen liquidity. So this one here, man, it looks like it's going to break out, but has not done so far. This one here is at 8 zeros, 8,500. It has been a spectacular, I repeat, a spectacular launch for DBZN crypto and DBZN NFTs on Pulsechain. It really has been. Yeah, I talked about it being huge burns. It has been spectacular. Now, the price is yet to break out over 1,000, facing a lot of resistance in that, was it 7 zeros, 1,000 mark. It's currently at 8 zeros, 8,200. You can see it's faced a lot of resistance, probably new mints coming out and selling into the move. But in any case, the actual protocol has done brilliantly. So we're going to look at that. Let's do a refresh on Zen.pub, and we're going to look at the results. They have been spectacular for a burn. I mean, the burn has been unbelievable, and we're going to talk about how big that is. We're now on day 3, is it? Yeah, day 3. We're 12 hours, we're 11 hours into day 3, and the results, look at this result. This result is mind-blowing. 20.5 trillion, with a trillion there, has been burned in the PZN protocol on DBZN crypto. It's unbelievable numbers. with almost 1.6 billion pulse accrued as well. Remember, when you enter this game, DVZN crypto game, you have to burn PZN, and you also have to put in pulse. And of course, what do you get out the other side? You get pulse plus a PDXN. You get dual tokens back out there. You have to stake your PDXN to earn future revenue. Remember, it is an ROI protocol, so it's on the speculative side. Just remember that as a protocol. But there we go. The burn at the moment is up at 846 billion PZN for today so far. Yesterday, I was pretty much on the money with the burn. It was something like 4 trillion or so. The first day was like 8.3. I think we were 6.5 or something like that. Day 2 or day 3 there. So we had 4 billion there so far. So yeah. We're actually in day 4. We're actually in day 4 at the moment. So there we are. I think we're in day 4. So kind of cool. What else there? Yeah, 20.4. It's just unbelievable numbers there at the moment. All right, so we're going to get on into that as well. We had 422 unique minters in the protocol, doing pretty well. So let's go back to the price there. Remember that number there, 20.5 trillion has been burned. It's unbelievable. Let's go to the contract and see how much is there now. Now, remember when I first snapshot before the game launched, there were 55 trillion Zen. Obviously, we've got claims coming out every day, like maybe a trillion or something, who knows. But that's going to play there. Look at where we're at now. 42 trillion Zen is now left, which is a phenomenal amount. Remember, we started 55, now we've got 42, and we've had 20 or so. So if you add the 20, if you add this 20 and a half to this, where we're going here, to this number here, that's 62, and we started 55. So what's that? 7 over 4 days, 3.5 days. That's about 7 trillion minted, claimed from the mints. So huge number there, really impressive. How low is that going to go? Well, it will depend on what this result is today. So if we're getting about 1 trillion out in claims every day, then we want to burn more than that, and that may have an impact on the price. And we haven't quite seen it yet, but man, it's definitely plausible. I know some influencers out there calling like 1600 plus on there and losing a 0. We'll see. Not certainty, but certainly the supply is getting absolutely burned alive, so to speak. No, I should use better analogies, but you get my point. All right, so here we are. That is going pretty well. All right, so we're going to jump away from that, and we're going to get into Mintra quickly. I want to briefly talk about Mintra before we get into these new projects. And so let's go. What else there? Mintra. Let's find Mint. So here's Mint at the moment. Mint did have a mini rally. Had a mini rally for the launch. The highest it's got is 006 here. And yesterday the high was 004. And then I think the launch day was back here, wasn't it? Yeah, 005. So half a penny there. It's currently at below Sacrifice, I believe, at 003 there. So I think Sacrifice is around 004, 4/10 of a penny. It's currently just over 3/10 of a penny. So we're going to be watching that. But in terms of the results so far, we're on the analytics page. Let's do a little refresh just to make sure we've got the latest and greatest. We've got 600 million mint, $2 million worth is currently staked out of the 2.4 billion mint there. We got total pool of 3.7 million pulse in the reward pool. Looks like we've had total volume of 185 million pulse. So that's on the low side. I would expect this to be much higher. Remember, it is competing with 4 other NFT marketplaces, which already got out first, including Beatbox. And so that is, which was number 1 out first. So it really is competing with a lot. And of course, the market is growing, but it's going to have to grow a lot more, right? For, we're going to have at least 7 major competitors in the NFT space. We're still waiting for Pixel Park from Power City. We're still waiting for 90mm Pixel Park NFT market as well. So there's lots to come. So that 185 million is made up of 159 million in sales, plus 15.9 million in auctions here. Now, they have been super successful with the launch. The launch pad here, that has made well in excess of 300 million. I don't know what the number is now, but that's been pretty popular too. They got 6.8 million NFTs on the platform, which is fantastic, and 850 collections, including the classic copies from Ethereum, plus all the new NFT collections out on Pulsechain. So it's kind of cool. Total value locked of staking is $2 million, and there's been 1,000 mint burn. I just wonder whether the mint burn needed to be higher, but that's where it is at the moment. Remember, there's 2.4 billion tokens, so maybe the burn needed to be higher. We will see. early days for this, and it's a fantastic site. It really is doing a great job on that front. All right, I think the NFT collection's been minted out as well. So I think that's been done. I think they've minted out all the NFTs for this as well. All right, that is Mintra. So not doing pretty well. We will see. Well, the sales need to be boosted, but other than that, everything looks pretty good. That leads us into some of the new projects. So we're going to talk about Jake Sharp. He's an influencer out in crypto, but also involved in Pulsechain and other stuff like that. Now, Jake Sharp has, I haven't talked about Jake Sharp before, so it's the first time I've talked about Jake Sharp that I can recall. TitanX white paper is live, so he's doing his own project, TitanX. Now, this is going to be on Ethereum from the looks of it. Whether they bring us a Pulsechain, I don't know. I haven't been following that closely, but looks like this launch is imminent coming up. And so if we go to our Pulsechain chart, let's just find that. Let me go back to Pulsechain and bring up Pulse. We will be able to get rid of everything here and add the overlays. Let's do that. Bam. And these are the overlays of the projects, right? So TitanX here, not launching on a Pulsechain, so I probably shouldn't have it here, but that is coming up on the 28th. Maybe I'll just give that a different color. How about that? We'll give that a different color since it's not on Pulsechain. What color should I give it? Let's give it a orange color, I guess. Oh, no, orange is the wrong color. Let's give it a what color? We'll give this color. Yeah, that'll do. We'll give it this color. Because it's on Ethereum, not on Pulsechain, from what I can tell so far. So that's TitanX launching on 28th, so it's coming up. And he's got a docs there. You can go read up all about it. And he's got some tokenomics around. It's basically like a staking Velo stuff. So they got all the stuff here, virtual mining ETH distribution. So you're going to get paid in ETH, Ethereum there from the looks of it. So pretty cool. Staking, burning, of course, proof of burn 2.0. It's got a kind of a burn Zen-y kind of vibe, doesn't it? So that's kind of the play there. I know that Maximum Broadcast, another influencer out there, he crosses over Pulsechain and Zen and things like that. And Hedron Icosa is kind of where he grew his following as well. So Maximum Broadcast there's been doing some analysis on it as well. TitanX is launching on 28th. This is the Saturday, so he's kind of interested in this project. It's got like a token creation from ETH costs like Zen. Ethereum is used to create mine TitanX X, so TitanX, but at a fixed increasing rate. It's not just a gas fee like Zen. So it's kind of thing. So he says it's deflationary like Zen. You get less TitanX for free. Every day later you claim your rank and start mining. T-rank bonus like Zen. So there's a lot of Zen parallels here. You get a bonus based on the number of users that claim a rank while you are minting and mining. Hex staking. TitanX has a version of T-shares. Earlier, bigger, and longer pays better. But Hex pays stakers in Hex, and TitanX stakes pay in Ethereum and not in TitanX. So that's interesting to know. That's kind of the main thing there. It's got a buy and burn like PulseX. A massive 62% of ETH goes to buy TitanX X off the market. It's got a massive buy and burn. And of course, DXN there, ETH paid to stakers. A proportion of the ETH used to mint 28% is paid to TitanX X stakers there. So many ways to play this game. And that is from the Maximum Broadcast. So that's kind of cool. So I haven't really got into it myself, but I thought these were kind of cool little highlights, summaries here. So if you wanted to find out more details, you can. I'll post the link to the Twitter account of these two influencers if you want to check it out. Remember, it's something new, speculative on ETH chain. You may or may not like that or like the diversification, but that is definitely Jake Sharp there. And of course, I'll post you the Maximum Broadcast as well on this comment if you want to find a bit of his analysis, what he thinks of the project, which is cool. And that's coming up on 28th. And it's kind of a bit of a hybrid, so things like a bit of hybrid like PulseX, Hex, Zen, that type of thing. So it'd be interesting to see how that goes. And of course, you get paid in Ethereum. So there we go. All right. That is a quick comment on that. And of course, normally I just do Pulsechain, but hey, look, it's worthy talking about a few other things every so often. So what else? We got the biggest one, right? The big one here coming up, of course, is 9-inch. And of course, we've got a window of opportunity over the next couple of days of 9-inch. In fact, it's closing. Look at that. It's closing. And of course, that was started. We started off with 7 days. We're down to 27, 28, 29. So 3 days. However, we believe that today is looking very imminent, very likely or today. So maybe the front end of this. So for the launch of 9-inch. And of course, exciting. We talked about 3 meme coins. Talked about potentially speculating on Pepe and Shib and things like that. The big meme brands. But HexiBus has been coming out with all the stuff today, and of course, pretty interesting things coming in there. So is the launch imminent? It does feel that way. And he's been posting lots of cool stuff here. He talked about the maximum supply there in Hex. He's talked about a lot of things just ramping up here with his tweets, or posts, I should say, on X. Don't go to sleep, boys, yet, boys, 4 hours ago. So that was when we first got the inkling that something was happening there. There's also tickets selling fast to the 9-inch launch party on I think that's the 4th of November. So that was out there too. Invitation. So they're selling tickets in the UK, I believe. Pretty sure. We got on the 1 hour ago. Make sure you have notifications on for myself and 9-inch account. So it does look like it's very, very soon. So that was kind of cool there on the 9-inch. Then 1 hour ago, be careful of scams. There are many, many, many scammers out there right now. Always wait for an official team announcement for aping into anything but potentially malicious. In other words, contracts or any false links, any phishing links with slightly different links on them, URLs wise. So that is kind of where we are here with HexiBastard, obviously the front man, founder there with 9-inch. So definitely looking like it's potentially maybe launching after this live stream. We will see. Now, the website. This is the website for 9-inch, and it's ticking away. I will paste the HexiBastard X account there if you want to follow. Stay pretty close to that as well. So this is 9-inch at HexiB, and let's post that link there. It's getting pretty. Looks like it's pretty close. Now, this is going to be a big deal. This I think it's going to be a pretty big exchange, and so it's going to be pretty cool. Pretty farming, pools, and all that, single-sided staking. Remember, it's going to have lots of cool things on a Pulsechain as well that are unique. So they're going to actually be channeling, even though they're launching on Ethereum and Pulsechain, they're going to have quite a few things on the Ethereum side that will be channeling into Pulsechain. So you'll be able to switch over to Pulsechain. There'll be certain peers on Pulsechain that you can only access. And that will include like E9-inch and P9-inch. So those tokens will be pulled on the Pulsechain side. There's going to be a Hex pool as well. There's going to be lots of cool things so that are going to drive people to Pulsechain. So I think they've done a nice little balance between setting up their own exchange, swapping, farming, all that stuff, competing against Pulsex and other things. And on Ethereum, right? So it's going to be pretty cool. They'll also help to vampire attack and take market share off Uniswap, which I think is a really fantastic thing because, we like to do that sort of stuff and, lead true DeFi, right? True DeFi, where you don't have KYC and tracking of accounts and of course, the worst of it all, stopping tokens like Pulse and Pulsex and Hex and stuff trading on Uniswap. So we want real DeFi, and Pulsechain's leading the way, and we've got teams doing it. So lots of cool things, and of course they're going to have single-sided staking for Pulsex on this as well. So going to be very exciting for that, and of course Hex as well. They're going to have some decent yields for doing Hex too, which are pretty nice. And for those that like a more liquid position in Hex, maybe not. It might be something for them. So yeah, waiting for this to launch. Still got testnet written on here, so it doesn't seem to be launched quite yet. Of course, you can go on to the testnet there, and they must be pretty close. So what we're going to expect to see is a whole ton of contracts get loaded up. They may be loaded up on Pulsechain already, and of course, then you'll have the front end connect into them, and you're going to be on both chains like Ethereum and Pulsechain. So pretty cool. I think they're launching exactly the same time. So yeah, that would be pretty much the play. So keep a lookout for this. It's going to be a lot of fun. I will post a link to the website in case you want to check out on that. Definitely looking good. Did I have trouble putting that? Oh, let me go there. There's the 9-inch. That's HexiBastard's X account. This is the 9-inch website, and you just want to keep up to date on when that is launched. Always go for official accounts, official contracts. The token will probably be suddenly floating around, getting on to PHUX, for example, the balancer. Getting on to Pulsex, there'll be pools jumping up all over the place, as well as the DEX itself. And then, of course, there'll also be on Internet Money. They're going to be adding Internet Money. We'll be adding it to their wallet and stuff like that. So it's going to be pretty big adoption within the ecosystem pretty quickly. Now, the other big thing, of course, is 9-inch itself. So the 9-inch X account as well is out there. So give that a follow too. You'll get official announcements on the site. This is the official X for that. So those are kind of the official stuff. Then it's going to be launching. Obviously, we'll cover it more when it does come out. So stay tuned for that. Does look like it's getting pretty close there as well. We had a Randy Alaski post there as well in the mix. Something big is coming soon. So yeah, looks like the influencers are being pretty active out there, aren't they? With projects, and so yeah, it's fun to see. All right, so that's pretty much that. We'll keep our tabs on that. We'll let you know in the Discord with that when it launches as well. But looking pretty good. I might keep that up there at the moment. So those are the ones there. Now 9mm. We don't know when 9mm is coming out with their flagship. They said last week. That has not occurred. I'm going to move it another day. So we're going to keep moving 9mm. That's one of the big ecosystems coming to Pulsechain. And of course, we're waiting for their flagship this time. So we're going to put that there on the 28th now. But 9-inch could be today. Very exciting. Obviously, Sugar Beet potentially coming up on the 4th of November. Question mark there. And then, of course, we've got more protocols coming in the future there. All the big heavyweights, Liquid Lines, Power City. So stay tuned for all that. It's going to be cool. All right. We've got lots more that are not on this list, right? So just putting them on as I've got them coming up with the actual dates or indicative dates. All right, that leads us into hex.com. Before we do that, though, let's get into the chat and see where we go. We may or may not have had that launched while we're live, but I don't know if it's we just didn't have it launched at this time. That's pretty much it. Where are we going here? Rich May says they're too lazy to study Hex. Well, fine. Bigger payouts for us, indeed, Rich May. Just asking Sandy. Oh, you got another one there. We got Ing in the house there. Great. Only another 20 cents to go for a break even. Nice one there, Ing. Pudding Guru as well. Thanks, Superman. You're most welcome. 10-inch says hit the like button. Yeah, 10-inch there. That's one more inch than 9-inch. Well done on that one. We got Clinchons in the house there. G'day, crew. Good to see you, Clinchons. Christian says, can't wait for 9-inch. I'm staking 95% of my Pulsex bag. Nice one. Yeah, see what I mean? That's going to reduce the supply as people stake their Pulsex and things like that on single-side staking on 9-inch. It's going to be pretty bullish. Looks like 9-inch token is out on Dex Screener, says Tom Boss. Well, we're going to wait for the official contract, but we'll definitely check that out as well. I might have a quick research now. But we've got to wait for official contracts, Tom Boss. Lots easier for scammers to put up a token. Any cat and dog can do it now. So just take into account. We just looked at all the official counts and there was nothing on those. Yeah, so it does look like there is an account 1 hour and 30 minutes. So we'll be looking out for that. So look how much is in there at the moment, 941,000. Yeah, so question mark over that. Once again, I won't really be covering the token until the official. Does look like there are 9-inch peers on there, but no official knowledge of that yet. So we'll have to keep track of that. So let me just jump over there. Yeah, so we're going to wait for the official one. There are, if you do search for 9-inch, there are liquidity pools there. Thomas says $250,000 USD liquidity on each side, none on Pulse. Must be super close. Pulse is there with the tokens, but I really don't want to cover them on live stream until we get the official, see some official stuff coming out from the team. I guess you guys can appreciate that, but you can search it for yourself on Dex Screener. Let's go PZN, says Christian. Yeah, PZN looking pretty good. Yeah, DBZN for the win. Yeah, doing very well, wasn't it? That burns unbelievable. Let me have a look here. Jump through some of those. Thanks, Superman. Got to go. Hey, Japon, thank you very much. So many fake copies of coins out there. Indeed, there are. So it's got to be. I like to wait for the official contracts so that you guys don't blame me for following a link. That's not right. Hit the likes. Hit the likes. Yeah, definitely, Japon. Let me jump through some of that. Pumpkin Allen House there. Hello, friends. So what's the move? Day 1 on 9-inch. Those who didn't sacrifice will need to buy 9-inch tokens. Yeah, that's right. And you can stake them in your earn BBC tokens. You can also, I think, I'm not sure what things day 4. It's coming up that you'll be able to do like staking and single side staking and others. So really, 9-inch and BBC tokens are going to be the ones that start off first, as well as the 3 meme coins are going to get first dibs on the BBC as well. So it's kind of like there's a 1 to 6 day launch phase. Yeah, so day 5 and 6, I think, is for the other pools. I'll be doing single side staking on the eggplant DEX, says Sandy. Nice. What else are we going to go? We're going to go into Hex. Let's do that. All right, so let's go to Hex. We might come back to 9inch, see if it does launch while we're ending our live stream. We've got hex.com. Check it out. Hex, of course. Let's see what day we're on. We're day 1424, 26th of October. We've got the price to over 1 cent. Nice. Down 3.4% on the day before, but looking good. Now we're over 1 cent. Really cool. T-share there, payout 6.66 Hex per T-share payout today. Share rate up again, 18 points to 30,054. We only just went over 30,000 yesterday on the Ethereum chain. The average mine length 7.05 years, 39% APY for existing T-share miners. T-shares are up slightly to 213 in the ownership pool. We've got 9,770,000 T-shares there. 9.37% of all Hex is locked on the Ethereum side. We've got 576,000 in penalties and 65.15 million in the reward pool. Growth in numbers up 130 liquid holders. That's been really consistent. Liquid holders been nice and strong there. Obviously, lots of different type of players doing that. Change in current miners up 4, or down 4, I should say. We're at 190,875 miners there on the ETH chain. Looking to Pulsechain, day 167, 26th of October. The price is at 1.536 cents. I think that's pretty good. Nice to see us back in that 2.5 cent range combined. We've got 6.9% decrease in the price, but look at that. 9 days in a row of price increases. Not bad at all. We'll take that. And of course, the share rate up 6.9 there to 30,142. The payout today, though, 6.786. So looking really good like yesterday. Very strong and good to see that. We've got the average mine length 6.86 years, shorter than on the Ethereum chain. APY 38.52%, just slightly below Ethereum as well, but looking amazing. And of course, T-shares there up at 1,900 to 9,837,000 T-shares. So doing very well there on the ownership pool. 9.72% of all Hex is locked on the Pulse chain. We got 3.8 million in Hex penalties and with 66.7 million in the reward pool today. So looking really juicy is that pool. Liquid holders up 76. T-share miners down 30. And we got 124,673 miners there on the old Pulse chain, which is about 5,000 more than on Ethereum, give or take. So we've just started day 1425, so 1425 on Hex. And we've also just started day 1, is it 168? I think it is. Yeah, that's right. It's 168, pretty sure. Let me double check because I don't want to get that wrong. 168, yeah. We started day 168 on Pulse Chain. So Hex.com, check it out, folks. And then burn your Hex for some T-shares. Start mining Hex. That's the way to go. And if you've got any questions, get out of the Discord. The link's in the video description. And we've got a crypto helpline in there. If you need some help on there, the community will help you out. All right, let's see if we've got any official updates here on Hex. Buzzers. Certainly seems like we've got tokens trading potentially, but once again we're waiting for the official accounts there. And let's open that up in one more session there. 9inch DEX, bam. No contracts loaded up here yet, so nothing. Even if it launched it on Pulse Chain, there's nothing showing up yet on the links there. We'll go to the website and check on there. It still says testnet, does it? Yeah, it still says testnet at the bottom. So I don't believe that is launched. Just hit on the DEX there. It's just got 9inch at the moment, so maybe the tokens are launching, but they haven't posted the contracts officially. But there do seem to be tokens on Ethereum and Pulse Chain once again. Nothing official yet, so I won't actually cover those, but you can search for themselves. It's up to you what you do there. All right, what else we got there? 360, my bad. That was my mistake. About 9inch, all good. I'm going to check Telegram, says Christian. Nice. All right, we're up to now 15 minutes, so we're pretty much going to, yeah, we're careful. There's a fake 9inch token. Yeah, I'm not surprised about that. So take care. Wait for the official accounts. So that's why I haven't really covered them. And wait for the official accounts there, 9inch to launch. This is the official one. I posted the links in the chat there, so you have to watch out for the links, and we'll wait for the official contracts. Now, you know, that means that maybe you're going to miss them. You know, getting in early, who knows, on poking up the 9inch. Remember, 9inch token is the one that's going to be launching. That's the one that everyone's going to be after. The sacrifices are going to get their 9inch tokens. Remember, it was a $16 million sacrifice for 9inch. So that's kind of the play there. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed today's live stream. Now 15 minutes. We covered quite a bit. Shock crypto influencers, mega roadmap, TitanX on Ethereum coming up 28th, 9-inch, pretty much imminent launch. It's going to be a lot of fun as well. Yes, but not in the same order. I think the Pulsechain is, I don't think that's coming in straight. I think that's coming in a couple of days later, like day 5, day 6. I haven't got my notes up on that at the moment. I think that was when the day was. Cheers, Super Success. You're most welcome. Get into our Discord if you want to find more information. We'll provide the information in our chat number 2 on the Pulsechain projects when the information comes through. So cool. All right, don't forget to subscribe, like, share, hit the bell. We're streaming on 3 channels. Streaming on Hex Token channel, Superman Crypto, and Pulsechain YouTube. So subscribe on those channels. If you want to join, of course, you can join Superman Crypto or Hex Token channel, different memberships. And if you want to join our Discord where all the action happens, get the links in the video description and join up today. It's about $5 a month, which is like 16 cents a day for all the alpha around Pulsechain. So definitely a cool place to be. All right, take care, everybody. We're going to play out some cool music on the way out. And look forward to the 9-inch launch, which does look like it's very imminent, and we'll keep you up to date in the Discord. All right, peace out. Bye for now. Take care.
Here in my $3,000 Valentino Rockstud purse, my $3,000 Prada jacket, $2,000 Prada shirt, $2,000 or $3,000 Prada pants, Prada glasses, Prada hat, Prada bracelet, and it's all Prada shirt, Prada hat, Prada glasses, Prada pants, and it's all nylon, so the haters' tears fall right off. Prada shirt, Prada hat, Prada glasses, Prada pants, and it's all nylon, so the haters' tears fall right off.
Lil Bubble, let me ride that rocket.